previously managed EdTech events, regional management of teacher training programs, and most recently, she joined the global EdTech startup Edpuzzle as regional manager for the Middle East. Victoria is co-founder of the We Edu Women in Education Network, running grassroots events to support women and the profession in their profession through events and networking, facilitating conversations to empower the professional and personal growth. Thank you, Ms. Victoria, for joining us today, and you can take it up from here. Okay, you can unmute yourself, Ms. Victoria.
Hi, thank you very much.
Thank you
for the introduction. I really appreciate it, and thank you very much for the invitation to this event. I hope no one minds. I will be presenting in English, but actually we have one of our Edpuzzle employees based here in Oman. So if anybody has any questions in Arabic later, she will be able to assist as well. I really appreciate the introduction there. Here in Dubai, so I'm based here in Dubai and have been for 11 years. And I do run a Women in Education network, and we just ran a very successful event at the most recent trade show Guests, where we really did connect and lift each other up. So I want to do a lot more of these kind of programs. But what I want to talk to you today is about Edpuzzle specifically. So like I say, I run the Middle East business for Edpuzzle, and it's a product that I really believe in. I really feel like it offers students an incredible access to fascinating video content and video lessons. Let me just share my screen, and we'll make a start. So hopefully here we can see. Okay, great. So I don't know, I'm hoping some of you on this call may already be familiar with Edpuzzle as a platform. And I think to address one of the things I wanted to start this presentation with also fits in with one of the questions from Mr. Ali's presentation is also that one, I think it's incredible that teachers give up so much of their personal time for professional development. It's one of the few professions that I've seen where teachers are so willing and able to grow and develop their professional careers and their professional development in their own time, to serve their students better, to do a better job, and that's really unusual. One of the amazing things about that as well is that teaching is at the very top of those jobs that will never be replaced by AI. There are some roles that will struggle, and even I have family members now who are, well, a family member now who has lost a job because her job was automated. Teachers and the soft skills required in the classroom to coach children through their learning is irreplaceable by AI. We can ask AI for support, but the role of a learning coach, of a teacher, and how a classroom acts as a workshop cannot be replaced by AI. So we're very lucky as teachers that we can really embrace the tools available to us, knowing that our jobs are safe. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about what Edpuzzle does to start with, and what makes it so powerful. So the idea with Edpuzzle is you take absolutely any video content from anywhere on the internet or from your drive, so any video that you want to share with students. So now when we're talking about using Edpuzzle to share video content, we know the power of video lessons and video learning for students, and we know what power it has to reach every learner, and we know it's an incredible learning aid. So the question is not, are teachers sharing video with students, but how do you share the video content with your students? Are you doing it safely? So Edpuzzle, take any video, add your own questions into the video. Now this part is very important. You're transforming the experience for the learner. We're going to add the questions into the video. So the video stops. The student has to answer the question before they can move on. So if you imagine you are sharing a 5-minute video with a teenager, we know it's difficult for them to sit through this content. So what we're going to do is share it through Edpuzzle, add the questions into the video, and very simply then take the content of the video, drop it into Edpuzzle, add the questions, and then as a teacher, we now have much more information about how a student has engaged with the video. They're more interested in watching it. And you now know, at the very least, how how students have interacted with the video that you shared. And at the very least, did your students watch the video that you shared? So one of the things with sharing any kind of content with students is kind of a fingers crossed that they watched anything that you shared. Now, when you share it through Edpuzzle, you're going to know exactly whether they watched it or not. Okay, I've got a screen recording here that is just going to take you through a demo of Edpuzzle, and perhaps at the end of this call, I might run this live as well. So I said you can bring your content in from absolutely anywhere. What this video will show you is how I can bring this content from YouTube. So here I've searched YouTube for the video that I want to share with my students. I'm copying the URL from YouTube and I drop it into the Edpuzzle homepage. Now I'm logged in here to edpuzzle.com. I'm using my Google credentials, but we have single sign-on with all of the major providers. And now you can see here with that copy and paste, I've now got a clean YouTube video. So now I have no advertising, no distractions, no autoplay. I can trim a YouTube video, and here's where I can add those questions. So I'm going to turn this very passive learning experience into something engaging and help my students concentrate on the content. My students are forced to listen because they have to answer the questions before they can move on. So there's some simple tools here to add those questions. Now I can add these questions in Arabic, in English, in French, in mathematical language. I can record those questions and I can let my students reply with audio as well. Okay, I hit save, and now you can see my video is now interactive, and I can fill this up with as many questions as I like. Okay, it's ready to be assigned to my students. I've got everything signed up with my Google Classroom, which you'll see here, but actually we have major integrations with all the major LMSs, Moodle, Canvas, Microsoft, Google Classroom, and many more. So I'm going to send this straight as an assignment to my class. I can give it a due date. Okay, and really importantly, prevent skipping as well. So my students have to watch the video. They can't skip through my video. It will be locked. Okay, I can turn on captions on YouTube videos. So we've built on some of the accessibility features in Edpuzzle, and I can post it straight to my LMS. So this will now appear as an assignment in my Google Classroom. Okay, here's my list of students. So we can see they haven't watched it yet. But one of the things that I can do now is have a look at an assignment that I've shared earlier. And now you can see, remember all of this is from those 2 clicks from YouTube into Edpuzzle. I can now see at a glance how many students have watched my video and exactly who they are. And all of this information is coming from simply dropping my YouTube video into edpuzzle.com. So here you can see Victoria, Nick, and Claire, great job. They've watched my video. I can see where they rewatched sections, which questions did they interact with, and I can go ahead and grade their answers from this screen. Okay. So that's the kind of basic functionality of Edpuzzle. There's a few other kind of features that come into it, but that's our basic functionality. So what we've done by sharing our YouTube or any video content through Edpuzzle is transform that experience for the learner and for the teacher, help them engage, and we've helped you as a teacher get much more information from any video that you share about how your students have interacted. Okay, it's really easy, and I think that's what I want to demonstrate with some of these videos, is just how easy it is to drop video content into edpuzzle.com. Okay, and it turns this very passive experience of watching a video into an active learning experience. Students have to concentrate, and especially if they are feeling sleepy, or maybe they're looking out of the window or scrolling Instagram, now they know they have to concentrate, because if they don't interact with the video, it won't continue playing. Okay, you're holding students accountable. There's nowhere to hide. They either watched your video or they didn't when you share it through Edpuzzle. And if you are familiar with flipping classrooms, this means that you can set your tricky work in an Edpuzzle video, knowing and being confident that they've watched the video, which means your class time can be used as your workshop. So you've freed up so much time in your workshop, in your classroom, by running the tricky concepts on a video that you can share ahead of time. And you know how the students have interacted with it, you know how they did in the questions. So you know what to address when they come into their classroom. You know what you need to concentrate on with them. Okay, so what are the students saying? So this is actually a live example from one of our teachers who's been using Edpuzzle. Students that pay attention to the video more. When they know they are set an Edpuzzle video, they know they have to pay attention. Okay, it transforms what can be quite boring videos, and I'm sure that you're not making content that is boring, but if it's a tricky concept and it's not so interesting, it makes video watching fun, even though it's about educational concepts. And the bottom one, finally, I'm forced to listen. They absolutely have to pay attention. Okay, so that's the basic functionality. And now I've shown you this, what we can go on to is some of the AI functionality that we've added in that will save you so much time. Okay, so what the AI and everything about Edpuzzle is designed to save you time. And now with our AI integrations, we can save you even more time. So you can spend more time working with your students, grading the papers that you need to. You can set an Edpuzzle video and be confident that students are getting on with their work whilst you mark them. So here I'm going to use the YouTube example again. So I'm taking my video content from YouTube. So here I'm going to do exactly the same thing. So I'm going to copy the YouTube link here. I'm going to drop the link into Edpuzzle to bring the video onto the Edpuzzle platform. Okay. And now instead of adding the questions myself, as I did before, I think I manually added the questions in the example previously. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Edpuzzle generate the questions for me. So now I've taken my video from YouTube and I'm going to hit Teacher Assist. And I'm going to generate the questions. And now my video is now interactive with that one click. So I don't need to write all these questions down. I've got interactive video content that I can share. So now when I finish and share this to my students, it's ready to go. It's an interactive video lesson, ready to go in that one click. Okay. And then the other side of the AI that we've integrated is the auto grade functionality. I'm sorry, I have the reactions on my videos. There's some balloons there. So the auto grade function on Edpuzzle will mark your long form answers. So of course we can automatically grade multiple choice questions, but now we can auto grade long form answers. I'll show you a video of how it works and I'll talk a little bit more about it.
We've been auto grading multiple choice questions for you from the beginning. Now we can do the same thing for open-ended questions, making grading a snap. Just add your ideal answer, and we'll compare it to your students' responses to suggest a grade, taking into account similar answers and slight variations. It couldn't be more convenient.
So what you see there is when you are adding the questions to the video, the longer answers, you're going to type in your ideal answer. You can compare your students' answers to your longer answer. It will return the answers that are correct, grade them as correct. It will know the ones that are way off and auto grade them as incorrect. And then it might send you some to review that the AI isn't quite sure about. So what we've got now is we've just saved so much time on grading. No more reading every single answer. We can auto grade those answers. Okay. Okay, so a couple more features that we've added to Edpuzzle. So we also have a Google Chrome extension. This is completely free of charge. You can add this and record video content straight into Edpuzzle using the Chrome extension. Okay. And then the other thing that the Chrome extension does is add a button onto YouTube to edit with Edpuzzle. The other thing I need to note, and I'll just go into the live Edpuzzle environment here. So a couple of things to highlight. It's completely free for you to log in as a teacher straight away. So you can log in with your Google single sign-on and start using, or your Microsoft, or create an account on Edpuzzle without using your Google or your Microsoft details, and start using all of this functionality, including the AI, completely free. Okay. The biggest difference will be just on your storage limit, but the functionality is there. So please, I encourage every single one of you to get on and get playing with it and experience just how easy it is for yourselves. The other thing about this, in terms of saving time, is that although I've shown you how to bring videos in from YouTube and drop content into YouTube, I've shown you how to auto add the questions with Teacher Assist and how to auto grade. But now, bear in mind that we have 2 million users around the world, and we have 30 million video lessons saved on our library. So now, instead of searching YouTube for my video lesson, what I'm doing now, and I'm showing you live in Edpuzzle, is I'm searching our video library of 30 million video lessons for my content. And bear in mind, I can take any of these video lessons that other teachers have used, and I can start using them straight away. So I can see here, this lady, Tina Cork, has created a video here. I can go ahead and I can assign her video straight away. I might watch it through. I might double check that these questions are what I want to check for, but I can start sharing this video straight away. So it's really time saving because you're searching a video library of from other teachers. So 30 million videos from other teachers. So you know you're getting quality content that other teachers have added to the platform. And again, saving you time. You know that you need more from the video that you're sharing. So what can we do? How can we make it more interactive? How can you get more information from the video that you're sharing? I just want to show you again exactly when we do go to YouTube, what we're looking at when we are sharing YouTube videos. So let's look for my science lesson on YouTube instead. And as soon as I click on any of the videos on YouTube, you can see this extraneous load. You can see how much distraction there is, how much of this information is being passed to students that we really shouldn't be sharing, not least from autoplay as well. You don't know what you're sharing when you share a YouTube link. You might share a YouTube link to one video, but with autoplay, within 10 minutes, your students are watching a video about Minecraft. The original content is lost forever. Okay, not least the distractions, the advertising, and the comments boxes. And comments boxes is access to strangers on the internet, and you have no control over this. So you can also protect yourself as teachers by, again, copying and pasting, or if you have the Chrome extension, edit your videos with Edpuzzle and make sure that you're sharing the exact video content that you want to share. Students are more easily able to concentrate because they don't have all of this advertising, all of this distraction, this extraneous load. They're only watching the content that you'll share. I'm just going to show you one video lesson that has been created. So for example, I'm going to go into my classes here. And again, I'll just quickly show you the integrations that we have so far, but we can use, you can use Edpuzzle with absolutely any way that you want to share with your students. Okay, so for example, if I take any video content and I'll just preview it as if I'm a student. So what you'll see now is how the video stops when the students are watching these videos. I'm going to skip forward, but bear in mind if you're a student, you can't. Okay.
Let's say you're on a game show. You've already earned $1,000 in the first round when you land on the bonus space. Now you have a choice. You can either take a $500 bonus, guaranteed, or you can flip a coin. If it's heads, you win a $1,000 bonus. If it's tails, you get no bonus at all.
Okay, so here you can see the video has stopped and the student has to answer the question before they can move on. Okay, so if you are distracted, if you are doing something else, if you're talking to your friends, you have to concentrate and suddenly you have to do something before you can continue watching the video. So again, once your students are familiar with watching Edpuzzle videos, they know what to expect and they know they have to answer questions. They know they have to interact with the video content. Okay. Any questions on anything? Would anyone like to ask anything in the chat? Let me come back to my screen here.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Victoria. If you have any questions, please type them in the chat box.
Here's my contact details. We are very happy to offer free trials for schools of the pro version, and you can contact me on my email address here to request that, or even if you just have any questions or comments about Edpuzzle, I'm really happy to hear them.
Great, thank you. May I share my experience with Edpuzzle with you?
I would love to hear it. Yes, please.
Okay. First, Ms. Khouloud said that it's a new topic for her. Great, thank you, Ms. Khouloud. Okay, I was teaching the novel on twist, and I picked a scene of the novel from YouTube, and I put it in Edpuzzle with some questions to my students, and it was just fun for them. They really get interested, and they all involved in answering the questions. And I considered the questions to be gradual. So I started with the easy questions to the critical thinking one. So it was great.
Fantastic, fantastic. I loved it. It can make what could be considered quite boring or old content just suddenly fun again. It makes it a very different experience for the students. Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Okay, here Ms. Riham said thanks for sharing the useful application details. Ms. Nariman also said thank you. Okay. Any other questions? Thank you for sharing the website. Or yes, is your web.